For the latest information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic in Cupertino, please visit cupertino.org/coronavirus.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm Larry Little, Public Information Officer here at the Emergency Operations Center. As companies and businesses begin to open in the county, workers are returning to entirely new environments. What can they expect? What resources are available to assist them, and how we can help? Jessie Yu from the Office of Labor Enforcement Standards, Office of Labor Standards and Enforcement joins me this morning, and she will be discussing all of the details on how we can help them navigate through returning to an entirely different workplace, as well as what businesses can do and what the public can do. Thank you for being here, Jessie.
Thank you.
We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we want to bring you up to date on the information from our COVID-19 data dashboard. As of yesterday, we have a total of 2,942 confirmed cases in the county, 1 new death, and 144 total deaths. So certainly our thoughts are with the families who have lost loved ones due to this virus, and we are wishing a speedy recovery for everyone currently dealing with the virus. Also want to let you know, prior to this segment, Jessie and I removed our facial mask to assist the American Sign Language interpreters be able to understand and communicate the information that we will be sharing. You know, Jessie, I'm getting so used to wearing the face mask. I was wearing it the other night at home, just walking around, and my dogs have begun to associate the face mask with going outside or going somewhere, so they were giving me a strange look. So I have to be more careful about that. This pandemic is far from over, and a lot of businesses and workplaces are opening. People are returning to work, to totally new environments, and a lot of people just don't know what to do. I expected more businesses to be open this weekend. I went to the store and I saw one business that I just knew would be open, and they were partially open but not letting customers in, and I asked, and they didn't know what to do, and it's going to take them some time to ramp up, and they're getting prepared. I also passed by a restaurant, and they got it totally wrong the first day with the outdoor dining, but I passed by yesterday and everything had been corrected. So thank you for joining us to just bring us up to date on what everyone should be doing and what we should be doing as the public to keep workers safe. So first, just tell me a little bit about your office. That I totally messed up the entire name, and it's new, and it's going to take some time for us to get used to saying the name of the office, but just tell me what you do.
Sure. Thanks for having us here. So I'm with the Office of Labor Standards Enforcement, and we were launched in 2017. Like Larry said, we're a very new office. And our mission is to advance labor standards through community and business outreach and engagement. Most of our work is focused on outreach and education. So that means we engage business owners and workers about the rights and responsibilities of business owners and for workers. Currently for COVID-19, most of our work is continuing to do outreach and education, but specifically towards the social distancing protocols that are in place to help keep our community safe.
Thank you so much. So tell me the role that businesses play in keeping the community safe, especially as we navigate through COVID-19.
Right. Well, like you said, a lot more businesses are going to be opening up due to the new order in place. And we believe that all businesses, the public and workers have a role to play in keeping our community safe. And so for businesses, that means taking steps to keep their customers safe as well as their employees. And that can be done through the social distancing protocols, which the county has developed to keep our community safe.
You know, last week when we did the segment about outdoor dining, one of our community members sent a message saying, this is useless to do this type of segment. Do you think that we forgot how to dine in 3 months? And we take every comment, the negative comments, we try to take them as constructive criticism and actually be productive and answer the questions of the community and make changes based on that. But I thought about that question because I produced this segment and I was like, is it useless? And I thought about it for a long time, and people are returning to a totally different environment. The way you did things 3 months ago is not how we're doing it now. And that's why we've been having so many segments explaining the protocols and the guidelines that have set forth. So just tell me, what is social distancing and how should it be practiced in the workplace?
Sure. Well, the social distancing protocol is a 7-page document that the county has developed to provide businesses an outline on how they can keep their employees and customers safe. And so it has measures including signage that is required on all public entrances. It has information on how they should wash their hands and how often they should wash their hands. Also information required during personnel trainings, and information like social distancing and how to maintain a 6-foot distance by limiting the number of employees in the workplace or number of customers at the facility. This document is required for all businesses. They must provide a copy to their employees that's completed, as well as put the last 2 pages on their front entrances, and that's these 2 documents here, the COVID-19 prepared checkmark and the visitor information form that's provided on the last 2 pages of the document.
So what if someone goes to a business and they don't see these signs?
That's a great question. If you don't see these 2 signs on a local business, we encourage the public to reach out to our district attorney's office at pubhealthreferral@dao.sec.org. I'm sorry.
So, when I was called to work here in the Emergency Operations Center and everything was pretty new, as a worker, I was very nervous because I was like, oh my goodness, I have to be around people.
Yes.
And I came here, all the guidelines and protocols were in place. So what can workers do to keep themselves safe and just keep the community safe?
Right. Well, workers can do a number of things to keep themselves safe as well as the community safe. So when they're at work, they can be informed of their employer's social distancing protocols and the safety measures their employer's taking. They can also make sure that they're provided a copy of the social distancing protocol itself. And the county provides this document in English, Vietnamese, Tagalog, Spanish. And so we just want to make sure that all workers understand what's inside of the protocols and what their employer should be doing.
And what can they do at home? Because I know people are going home and, they don't know what everyone in their household, who they were exposed to. What can they do to protect workers as they come back to the workplace?
Right. Well, when they're at home, they can also screen themselves for COVID-like symptoms. And if they do experience symptoms or if they've been in contact with someone who has been confirmed to have COVID-19, they should get tested right away. And they can find their local testing facility at www.sccfreetest.org. The county also encourages regular testing for individuals that interact frequently with the public. And so that is workers who interact with the public should get tested once every 3 weeks. And then workers at skilled nursing facilities should be tested once every 2 weeks. And all of this information can be found on our county webpage, again at www.sccfreetest.org.
And what can workers do if they don't feel safe?
Right, well that's a really great question, because if you don't feel safe, it's really hard to go to work and get excited about going to work. And so if you're not feeling safe and if your employer isn't following the social distancing protocols, we encourage workers to call our free attorney staff advice line at 1-866-870-7725. This is an advice line in partnership with the Fair Workplace Collaborative. They have an amazing team of attorneys that speak 10 languages to meet the needs of our community. So that's English, Spanish, Mandarin, Cantonese, Vietnamese, Tagalog, Korean, Hindi, Farsi, and Dari. And so workers can call the advice line if they have workplace concerns or if they want to file a non-compliance report. And so if they want to do that, the attorney on the line will ask them some details like the employer's name, the employer's contact information, the type of business that they are, a description of the violation, and whether or not they want to remain anonymous. The county takes every complaint seriously and will will consider how to best enforce the order to protect the public safety.
And I know when you mention attorney, I'm sure ears went up. And people probably think, oh, this is another regulatory agency within the county. But I know because I work in another regulatory agency, and just talk about the steps that you take, because we always are here to help the community. We're here to help our businesses, and our first step is always to educate.
Yes, absolutely. And so that's the same for the advice line. The advice line has been supporting our community throughout the shelter-in-place order, and they've received hundreds of calls from individuals who are looking for help or guidance about their labor issues. They've actually received calls outside of our county throughout California, as well as from other states. And so they've been doing an amazing job to connect individuals to local, state, and federal resources, like unemployment insurance if their hours have been reduced or if they've been laid off, like disability insurance if they are sick and have to quarantine. Also, the California paid family leave claim if they are caring for individuals in their family who are sick. And also just speaking to the community about concerns about retaliation, disability, or even financial assistance. And so, if they don't answer immediately, they make sure to ask individuals to leave a voicemail and they'll call back within 48 hours.
A lot of useful and helpful information. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, well, in closing, we just wanted to say a huge thanks to all the workers that have really supported our community throughout shelter-in-place. This is healthcare, restaurants, grocery, and delivery workers. Next, we just wanted to reemphasize that the Office of Labor Standards is here to provide education and information to businesses and workers, and we believe that we all have a role to play in keeping our community safe. So for businesses, this means taking steps to make sure that they keep their employees and customers safe. And for workers, it's really being informed about the social distancing protocols and having a copy of that information so that they have it on hand. Workers can also screen themselves, make sure to get tested if they experience any COVID-like symptoms. And they can also call our free attorney-staffed advice line again at 1-866-870-7725 if they have any questions about their labor situation or if they would like to file a non-compliance report. And lastly, I just wanted to thank you for having the Office of Labor Standards Enforcement here. We're so thankful for this opportunity to share more about how workers can stay safe as they return to work.
Thank you so much. I know many of you still have questions, and maybe we moved too quickly for you here today, but you can go to secgov.org/coronavirus and find pretty much any information that you need using the search function on our website. I know some of you have questions. I hear you out there. You want to know, when will the salon open? When can I go back to church? I'm reading your messages right now. We don't have those answers right now, but pretty much anything else that you need to know about testing, about workplace information, you can go to secgov.org/coronavirus and find the information. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Continue to shelter in place. I know it's difficult. We're going to get through this together. We've done great so far, and have a great day. We'll see you next time.
For the latest information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic in Cupertino, please visit cupertino.org/coronavirus.